1 second. I'm just loading up my other computer so I can see your comments. There we go. We got Robert. We got Dimity. We got Harry T. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Can you guys hear me? Look how rough I look. I have not had time to shave or nothing. And I have, sorry, I'm a little flustered. I apologize. Sorry, I'm a little flustered. Whoops. There we go. So, how's everybody doing on this wonderful weekend? It's like minus 27 out in Calgary today, so it is freezing cold. I was trying to get you guys into the van here, as you see. But it's darn cold. Even with the ceramic heaters, it's still silly cold out there, so we'll just sit in the nice warm garage. How's that sound? And look, I got another big piece that just showed up today. Well, last week, sorry. It's massive, and I'm like super excited about it, so. Yeah, so, hello Rose, glad to see you're in. Head peep in the tub. Yeah. It would be too cold to have my hands out of the water though. There's no way I could sit here and hold this phone and be in that tub in this kind of cold weather. So, Dimity, I'm glad to see you here as well. Thank you very much. What are your plans for the secondary alternator? Are you familiar? I'm really debating that, to tell you the truth. So I need a smart alternator if I was going to do that. And I haven't actually made that decision yet, to tell you the honest truth. Below zero in Alaska. Well, you know, I want to see Alaska, but in the same breath, Alaska should be colder than my place, I think. You guys are further north. What inspired you to do van life? Well, that was a mixture of things, to tell you the honest truth. But number one was both my parents passed away. Like my stepdad and my mom passed away at a very young age from stuff that was completely out of the control, and it just happened like that. And I started realizing that, you know, as much as I work, I live alone, obviously, as you guys probably know. And as I work, I just started questioning myself, what is the point of having all this stuff when you don't get to take it with you anyways? So I started thinking, if we could work less and play more, but still be secure, and van life kind of offered that to me. Does that answer the question? I'm gonna try and get you guys on a tripod here but as you see, it frickin' didn't work very well. And then it came to the point where I was becoming late for our live stream, so I just had to hold you in my hand. And the fact that I'm holding you in my hand, I can see on the second screen I have, it looks really shaky, and I apologize for that, guys. So I'm gonna see if I can try and get this figured out here for us. It ain't working. Okay, let's just let you guys sit like that for a bit. How about that? There we go. Now I can read and talk and not have to hold the phone in my hand. Will you go on the road and do your job when van is complete? Yes, well, my work, I have like the best boss. You guys, yeah. So my boss is pretty impressed with the whole van life thing and building the van and doing the YouTube stuff. And he's pretty excited to see where this goes as well. And he's actually given me the opportunity that I can work out of the van as well as do my job. Which with the whole pandemic stuff going on today, you know, I used to fly back and forth from province to province and stay in hotels. So the fact that I can just drive and stay in my van, it's a new trend for my type of business. And it's pretty cool. And yeah, so we'll be able to travel and still be able to complete my job, which is kind of neat. I'm still debating if I'm going to sell the house or if I'm going to rent the house. I'm probably going to sell it just because of the way the market is today. I don't trust it. So, what's up, Jeff? Hello, Phil. Do you know you're competing with the Lua Sarah's birthday YouTube live stream? That I did not. The fact that I have 20 people here is more than I initially anticipated for my first ever live stream, so I'll go along with it, I guess. So the cabinets are something I was working on today with the wood and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be wood cladded over top of the aluminum. You won't be able to see the aluminum when it's done. Same with the ceiling. The ceiling, I have a pretty big plan for that. I'm not 100% on the exact idea yet, so I'm going to save that till a little further on. Okay, guys? Good job on the channel. Love watching your videos. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad they're entertaining. I'm glad they're bringing value. I just love doing it, honestly. I like doing the video part. The building the van that's just a means to the end, I guess you could say. I have to do the van to get to where I want to be. But the video and travel, that's really where it's at, right? So. Maybe your company should have all their employees use cabs. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like taxi cabs is what you mean, Sam? Oh, vans. There you go. Okay. Hey, it might be the new trend. I saw that in a Business Insider thing, actually. There was a thing popped up on Business Insider about vans and possibly being a new way for traveling sales type people, right? So, did you decide the upper limit of this whole van? Rudy, yeah, I think, I don't want to just throw numbers around, but I think we'll be, completely done. I think she's about $100,000 with the purchase of the van. Hello, Justin and Christina. Good to see you. Thank you. Jason, sell the house, but not the motos. No, the motos are coming with me. That's another part that's coming up in this build series on how we're bringing a couple motorcycles with us. And we'll have more on that, but this guy can't live without motorcycles. The whole point of being on the road is to be able to hit every one of those windy, unmanned roads so we can go play, right? So, you will miss your hot tub when you travel. Yes, Rose, that is very true. That's something I've talked about numerous times. Between my fish tank and my hot tub, those are two things that I cannot bring with me that I'm definitely going to miss. There's no doubt about that. Yes, the videos are fun. Awesome. Thanks, Rudy. Very entertaining. Thanks for doing the videos, Robert. You're very welcome, and thank you for enjoying them and watching and clicking and all that kind of stuff. We got 24 people watching now, and that's amazing. That's you guys are blowing my mind for a Sunday morning. I've been fighting on this project I was doing today, or this week, sorry. And yesterday while I was building away, I have to do some dado cuts. And then I realized on our saw, I don't want to give it away because it's a big part of the video, but on our saw, it doesn't accommodate a dado blade just by itself. You need a different piece. And wait for the video, you'll see it. Hopefully I'll have it done by next week. But finding the piece and getting it here is being a challenge. Right now, currently they're telling me 2 weeks before I get it, but I'm trying to do something to speed that up. So I think your videos are very funny. Thank you, Ray. Dimity, yes, the Jeff peeps are in the house. Thank you, everybody. How much did your Rickson heating system cost, and where did you get? I got it right from Rickson Enterprises. It changes in value depending on what the overall project is that you want to do. But I will tell you, it's the most expensive individual item of the van build. It's not cheap. But when it comes to hot water and hot air and just not having to carry propane around me, which was a big one, you couldn't put a price on that. So, jury, keep the house. Yeah, well, that was the debate. I was going to rent it and all that kind of stuff. But you see the market, you see what's happening with homeowners that are renting their houses right now, not being able to get paid. And, the homeowners are stuck with those monthly bills still, no matter what, right? And I don't know if I want to get myself in that position. That could take away some of my travel funds if I'm stuck paying for a house and somebody's actually living in the stupid thing, right? Dimity, yes, bring the motorcycles. Like I say, I can't live without that stuff. There's no way. It's definitely coming with me. Which Sprinter do you have? I have the Sprinter 2019 Sprinter 170 4x4. It's the non-extended version. Did you get the So I've talked to Mercedes about it. They brought the parts in. They're waiting for me. Obviously, I can't bring the van anywhere. It's in the build center. It's completely sealed in. And so I told them, hopefully spring I'll have the van done, and then I'll be able to bring it into them. Yes, 2,500, Adam. What's your fridge? My fridge is an isotherm. It's a big one. It's a big one. And I don't want to show it yet, though. I'm sorry. It's really pretty, though. I'll tell you that. I'm pretty stoked to get that thing in. But the thing about our fridge is that because of its size, that we can't build the cabinets on the other side. That's why I've been working all on one side. And excuse me. Because once this fridge goes in and I put the cabinets on the other side, the fridge never comes back out. Like, it is not replaceable. It's a hard decision I had to make. It will be maintainable, but it will not be replaceable. But we bought top of the line, full everything, and it is serviceable. I'll talk about that in the video when it comes up. But yeah, we'll do that more of that. Hi from England. Do you have time scale on how long the van would take to build? Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul, I didn't realize you're from England. I've seen a lot of your comments on our videos. Thank you for joining. Hopefully by spring. But I said that last year too, right? So it comes down quality over time. Having it right and done properly, not having to worry about running someone on the road, that's the most important part for me. So hopefully let's hope for spring 2021, and we'll see where that goes. Either way, we still get to bring content all the time, right? So where do you decide against heated floors since you have the whole glycol system? The reason why I decided against heated floors is I honestly didn't see the value in them. To heat your floors, to run that glycol through that loop, that's a long run of glycol, which means your diesel heater or that 110 volt comfort hot expansion tank needs to be running pretty much all the time, which is a huge power draw for, I don't know if I saw value in the fact of just for warm feet. If your feet are that cold, put down a rug is kind of what my thoughts were. And yeah, so that's kind of why I just debated against it. Plus, if you ever ended up with a glycol leak underneath there, there's nothing you can do once the van's built. You're stuck with it. So you'd have to shut it off, and no. Hopefully that answers the question. Ryan Jarvis, hey, it's been so long, buddy. Have you heard? YouTube channel looked in, very impressed. What made you take on this big project? I believe this is my uncle, Ryan Jarvis, if I'm not mistaken. So it's through, not a blood uncle, but I'm pretty sure. And if it is, that's freaking cool. Hey, Ryan, good to see you. Yeah, like I say, when mom passed away, stuff like that, I needed a way to get out. I was going to bring my truck and trailer originally. That was the initial plan. But a truck and trailer, plus my bikes would have to sit in the back of the truck, which are unsecure, they're wide open. And so the more and more I looked, there was nothing that fit my needs exactly. So the deal was to build it. LOL on the fridge. Yeah, well, I said at the beginning, way back in our videos, right? I'm a fat guy and I need to eat. Well, a fridge is pretty important to that, right? Winston is still in bed. He would not get out of bed before I came out here, so I apologize. That little man, I tell you, some days. He had an ear infection. I had to take him to the vet on Friday as well. And so I was a little worried. He was walking around shaking his head a lot, and kind of equilibrium was kind of messed up. So I brought him in. It's just an infection is what they're telling me. So he's got a bunch of ear drops and pills and stuff that he's been taking. It's making him a little tired, but I think he's going to be good, so. Good morning from Kelowna. Good morning. Hopefully it's warmer out there. 174 x 4 3500 XD on order. Nice. That's a good unit. So 3500 XD, you got the dualies in, I guess, eh? Why didn't I go with the 3500? 2500 did more than enough. I did look at the dualies and thought about the dualies, but it's just an extra set of tires I had to worry about. And honestly, 4 tires is better than 6 tires when it comes to 4x4. Because of the dual tires on the back, it's actually not as good as a 4x4. It's just 4 tires, right? So that's why I decided against it. Hey, Jeff, you always say, are you traveling alone or with somebody else? No, it'd just be me and Winston traveling. Unless I find somebody that's single and no kids and stuff like that, maybe. But at this point, it's just me and Winston. Got you, buddy. Thanks, Ryan. Harry, lazy Winston. There we go. Look at that. And there's 26 people out here. Wow, you guys freaking rock. And you guys blew up our comment section on our last video. You are flipping amazing. I actually went through them all. I responded to everybody last night. So it's now at like 200 and some comments. And thank you so much. You guys are the best. Like, you really are. You make me smile in a really tough time here. So I appreciate it. Thank you. I did a sheet with all expected weight and found it's too close to the GVRW. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you put in your van. Mine is close to the limit. It will not be over, I hope. We'll weigh it when it's all done, of course. But, yeah. What's the next project, Rose says? Well, I was building cabinets, some drawers, sorry. And I ended up with a tool issue with my dado blade and my table saw, so I had to order in some different parts called a throat plate is what they call it. And then I have our facing going on our one side of our cabinets so we can get our fridge installed. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I was hoping to get one out today, but what the heck? We could do a live stream now. This is, you know how nervous I was about doing my first live stream, honestly? It's crazy. It's crazy. And here we are. All right. Christina Kim, hello. How are you? Why are you still debating about the battery being recharged while you were driving? Do you think that's bad for the alternator? No, but I'm using lithium batteries. And if you do a B2B charger, battery to battery charger, supposedly you're supposed to have a smart alternator for lithium batteries. So although I could still hook it up to the alternator that's on the Mercedes now, which a lot of people do, the research I've been doing are saying that you should have a secondary alternator, a smart alternator, and they're like $900. So I haven't bought it yet, but that's why I have a debate on that. I will also have a generator with me in case I ever did. Plus we have 400 watts of solar on the roof. So is it really necessary? I don't know. But while you're building it, you might as well have all that kind of stuff in it from the beginning, right? Sergey, do you know where I can find some tutorial connecting the hydronic system to the engine? My Sprinter didn't have the hydronic installed. Plan on installing a Webasto. I don't, unfortunately. There's just a couple lines at the back of the engine. It does look pretty straightforward, but I'd be concerned if it's a new Sprinter, you might have warranty issues if you actually touch something on the engine, right? So, unfortunately, I don't know. I know the hydronic system, there's not a lot of information on it on the internet. All that stuff I came up with was rid of this gray matter here because there wasn't a lot of information on it, so. Jeff, are you going to keep videoing when you start traveling? Heck yes, that's the most exciting part of it all. I love the video. I want to travel. Like I say, the van build really is just a means to the end. And it's good practice for me. I've never done video. I've never done YouTube before, any of this stuff. So this was a great opportunity to practice. Although it's making the build a lot harder, let me tell you. A lot harder. Trying to figure out how to record it and pretend I know what I'm talking about some days. Sam B, comments and scars don't cost thing, but they mean the world to him. Yes. There's super chats at the bottom there too. I've never done it before, but YouTube keeps telling me at the bottom of the screen here, don't forget to tell people about super chats is what YouTube keeps telling me. So I don't know. I'm not in, whatever. Anyways, I'm thinking Promaster, but scratching my head regarding 2500 or 3500. Yeah, why not? You know, the only problem I see with Promaster is I don't understand front wheel drive in a rear loaded vehicle. That's never made sense to me. That's why I decided. I've been a Mopar guy for a long time. Like this car up here, that's a Mopar. That's a 67 New Yorker. And I've been a Mopar guy like you wouldn't believe, but I couldn't do it. Not with that. The Promaster, front wheel drive just didn't make sense to me. I don't know if you saw Ali and them's video where they had the bike on the back. And all of a sudden, they couldn't get traction on the front wheels as well because of the bike hanging off the back of the van. Trenton Alley, sorry. Since it was factory option, the factory service manual or Webasto installation instructions should be good. Yep, for sure. And greetings from north of Seattle. Hello in Seattle. I love that area, I gotta say. It's like, it looks so much like Vancouver, but it's a little bit warmer. Saving money for a build and a heavy-duty camper truck. Found your channel a week ago, and it is the best yet. Awesome, thank you. Get tons of information and ideas, and it's good entertainment. Greetings from Finland. Well, Marcus, that means my plan is doing exactly what I'm hoping for. Delivering high value, some good entertainment. So you know what? Make sure you tell your friends about us, because I only got so many friends. I need you guys to tell yours. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Saving money for a heavy-duty truck camper. Oh, I already read that one. Hi, Christina. Thank you again for all your support, by the way. Enjoying your chat. You are a natural in front of the camera. Awesome. Thanks, Sam B. I'm just kind of winging it, my friend. I was blown away watching you do the plumbing for the hot water. Wow, pipe and bends all over the tight space. I bet you were scratching your head for a bit. Ryan, I stared at that setup for months. And honestly, it came out nothing like what my plan was either, because somebody was telling me the other day, nothing can beat a good plan type idea, which is so true. But in the same breath, you can't let that plan stop you from actually executing the job, right? And it came down to finally, it's just, okay, let's just get on it. Let's get it done. And, you know, it's amazing what you figure out while you're doing it. And although the plan was important to understand how everything worked, the actual execution came out different than what the plan was. So that's my life. Saving money. Okay, where am I here? Where am I here? Thanks. Also, thanks. Mastalube, you are super, Jeff. Well, thank you very much, Moss. Machiavelli, that's the workshop manual for the Thermotop V. Sorry, I don't, what's that, sorry? I'm missing something on that one. I thought maybe you saw something in the background, sorry. Understand your front wheel drive versus heavy low conjunct. It's something I thought about for a long time. Again, I'm a Mopar guy, but I couldn't support that one, so. Are you going to upgrade the tires? Yes, definitely. I debated on wheels as well, like rims, but for the Sprinters, there's only so many options. Like, there's only like 5 or 6 actual options that even look half decent. There's only 2 options I would actually put on my van. And I don't know, man. It just kind of seems weird that, you know, you pay $5 grand on something there's only like 2 or 3 options for that you see everybody's using to be different, and then everybody's going to end up with the same wheels on your van. So I am putting different tires on it, but as for the rims, I think I'm going to stay with the Steelies, paint them out black, and carry on, because, yeah, I think it's more cost effective, and honestly, a Steely all blacked out looks pretty military anyways, so I think that's the way I think that's the direction I'm going, unless something new happens between now and then, right? But that'll be one of the last things we put in, and because you don't need new tires just sitting there aging, right? So it's just like batteries. They'll be one of the last things I buy as well, because there's no need for that kind of stuff to sit around aging. Just buy it when you're ready to start using it, right? So they should have an Evo one on there also. I'm not sure what that means. Love what you are doing. Your design is right in line with that I would want to do. Perfect. Well, I'm glad it's bringing value to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Are you installing a bug screen in the back? I am working on a custom solution for that as we speak. Yes, I'm hoping to put like a sliding screen in, kind of similar to what we did on the side door. And but it's not something that's been designed yet, so I'm working with the company to see what we can make. I've sent them all the dimensions and everything like that. Stay tuned. It could be pretty cool. So, thumbs up, Christina. Sorry, I need a haircut. It's like out of control. It's driving me nuts. But I told myself I wasn't going to till I was allowed to go see customers again. I demand that my team at work watch your channel. Sam, I thank you so much for that. You rock, bud. We'll look for it. The only problem is not lots of information on installing the hydronic to the engine. I will take a look on the website, Webasto manual. Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna have to do. Again, they don't give you a lot of information in that way. Yeah, sorry, I wish I could help you more on that. I can show you what it looks like once it is hooked in when the dealership does it, because I'm not going to touch the engine. It's a warranty thing, and I'm not touching that at all just because I'm not voiding my warranty on that van. So, by the way, what's the car under the cover? That is a 67 Chrysler New Yorker. I've had that since I was 16 years old, and just slowly been picking away at it. I can't really show you, unfortunately. It's all painted. It's a 4-door sedan. It's been my baby for many years. So I linked the workshop manual for the guy asking. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Thanks, MacBelly. 36 people in the chat, Harry. Yes, look at that. Woo! Who would have expected this? Does it sound okay on here? Like, I know my garage can be a little echoey. Does it sound okay? Ryan, okay. Sergey, can't see the link. Hey, and my girlfriend getting ready to build a van. Your channel has been the biggest resource of good. Awesome. See, that's the stuff I'm hoping for. I'm glad it's helpful to you. I hope it makes your job a little bit easier. You know, when I was doing my research, there was a lot of things that I found that I couldn't find good detail on. And these are things that I took notes on. I just wanted to make sure that when we did our build, we were clear on those points, because I couldn't find the information, so I'm sure other people weren't able to. And that's the whole focus of what we're doing, is trying to hit those empty spots that nobody's documented, right? So we actually got a comment from 70 Savage on our last video. Can you believe that? Like, that's a pretty big van guy that's been around for a while, and it was kind of cool to see he was watching our videos as well. So Christina, thumbs up. Mateus, cool. The Chrysler in some of your early videos? Yes, Sam, it is. Yes, earlier Gold Hunt video, we took the Cruiser out for a spin. So I call it the presidential Cruiser is what I call it. So. Will the coolant lines for the heater run under the van? All those videos are out already. There is 2 coolant lines under the van. That's where it comes from the engine to the heat exchanger. But the actual coolant lines from the heater, no, they stay inside the van at all times, except for when they go down into the burner and then straight back up into the van, right? This is awesome. Wow, 41. You guys, this is not what I expected, honestly. I was like, you know, if we've got 2 or 3 people on the line, I'd be happy with it. We're up to 40. Like, my goodness. Please don't stop asking questions. I'm excited to see what you guys are wondering while you're watching my videos. You know, that's the problem with YouTube, is that I put stuff out every week. I don't really get to, other than the comments you guys leave behind, I really don't get to know what it is you're looking for, what you thought of. I don't get to see your facial reaction when you see some of the jokes or some of the serious stuff. So this the live thing's kind of cool, because now I can see it live as your comments come through, right? So sound is good. Awesome. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Harry. Sounds great. Thanks, Paul. Sounds perfect. Perfect. Butterchick.com is, I mean, it's okay. In case my links aren't showing up for you, if you sell your house, you won't be able to tow all your toys with you. Oh, Christina, I have a plan. The New Yorker, it's not coming with me, you know, and I've always had a problem with, don't get emotionally tied to mechanical things, but that New Yorker has tied me down since I was 16 years old. I've put a lot of work into it. It's got a big 440. I wish I could bring it down from the lift. I'd show you guys some more of it. Take the biggest, comfiest couch you've ever had and drive down the road with it. That's the presidential Cruiser, right? And, but she's not gonna be able to come with me. And yeah, this is a big debate I'm having in the back of my head, because it hurts me every time I say to myself I might sell it. But really, what do I need in life? You know, I built this massive garage in my house and all this kind of stuff, and I'm still here by myself, right? I need a van, I need a couple bikes, one for the dirt, one for the street, and my dog. That's about what I need at this point in my life. So The O-Team made it on. Congratulations, you able to go live. Yes, thank you, O-Team. What are you doing for cooking plants? I'm going to use a induction stove. So I also have a barbecue and an outdoor stove that'll be part of it. But I have an induction stove for inside the van. I like to see a bit of your life walking Winston in your videos. Awesome. Thanks, Rose. I can't wait to share more of that when the van build's done, right? So we can't wait to fit 1,000 subs so we can go live also. O-Team, it takes time, man. Like, you know, people check him out. I found O-Team on Instagram. We've been talking back and forth a lot. He started to do some videos on YouTube as well. Jim Dearborn, Jeff, check for your second alternator sprinter. Awesome, thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that right now. Whoops, that didn't work. What's going on here? There we go. Okay. Awesome. I appreciate that, Jim Dearborn. That's greatly appreciated. I mean, I will definitely look at that once this is done. Painting rims with rubber on, special paint. No, I'm gonna get them powder coated is what I'm gonna do. They're gonna get professionally done. I've done all my other trucks before YouTube. I used to do like that bed liner stuff, this stuff here, hold on. I used to put this stuff, same stuff I did on my, the plastic boards on the side of the van. I put this stuff on there, but on wheels I've found that over time it always peels because, you know, I'm in Canada, so we use salt on our roads and stuff in the winter, and that salt just eats them up and just ends up peeling like crazy. So I'm gonna take them in, I'm gonna get them professionally done from a powder coater. I like the way you explain the 80/20. Can't wait to see the bathroom finish. Awesome, thank you. Glad you liked it. I can't wait to see the bathroom finished either. But I have started working on that as well in the background. So putting a shelf in the side of the wall, stuff like that, I've already started on. So why'd you install instead of all in? Because I didn't want propane. This is an all-in-one. I'm not sure what you mean by like the Webasto all-in-one. I really didn't want to use propane. I wanted to use the diesel from the van, and this gave me hot air, hot water, everything from one unit. So this being a custom build, there's a lot of unknown ahead. Do you have an estimated completion date, or is it? I answered that a little earlier as well, Ryan. The original goal was to have this done for spring 2020. It's funny, my birthday is February 20th, right? And so last year when we were doing our van build and stuff, I was saying the economy is going to crash. I need to get out of here before spring 2020. It's going to be chaos. You know, we could have never called what happened, but we have a document talking about it. And of course, we didn't make that date. Obviously, not even close to that date. And so now my goal now is spring 2021. So I think it's going to be June, July probably by the time we're finished. But we'll see. I'm pushing hard. I really am. The video thing, that's honestly the thing that slows me down the most. If we weren't trying to record every part of our process or every piece of our jobs, we'd be so much further ahead. Because I put stuff together, get it all figured out, and then I pull it right back apart and sit there and, okay, how am I going to set up cameras and what we're going to talk about and how do I make it entertaining for you guys? Is there any type of humor we can put to this, right? It's hours and hours and hours of time spent on that recording. So, yeah, that's the slowest part of the build. Sam B, pick up chicks on the road. I'm going to go past that comment. Just me and Winston, Sam. Have you seen this Oni portable firewood pizza oven? Is this like the thing that Chrome on Van City Van Life uses on his little portable oven thing? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. But a pizza oven sounds good for on the road. I'll agree with that. How big is your battery? They are 12 volts, and I have 4 100 amp hour, and they're going to be Battleborns is what I'm going to be using. I looked at 24 volt a lot, but most stuff runs off 12 anyway, so then you got to, yeah, it was too much work, so I just, no, stay 12 volt. Rent cheap storage in a small community for your Chrysler. And other stuff, heck, rent 2 storage units. Well, when I was going to rent it, so I built a 3-car garage here before I started the van build. And I was actually going to put a wall up. Whoops. I was gonna put a wall up, so where that divider is there, I was gonna put a wall up, and then I could have stored all my stuff on that side. Could have still rented this part out as a double car garage. But again, with the whole world and the economy and everything that's going on, I don't know if I wanna be a landlord. Again, there's still a lot of time between now and then. We'll see what happens, but just the way it's going right now, landlords are losing their shirts, man. So, how are you charging your lithium batteries off your Sprinter alternator? Would you use Sound? Yeah, I'm just using a Victron B2B charger is the plan. I haven't bought that stuff yet. Again, electronics and tires, something you don't buy until you actually need it, right? And but that's what it will be, is a Victron B2B charger, 30 amp, I think it is. That's from Kathleen. Casey, love the channel. Your 8020 frame is bolted to the frame on the bottom. Is it also bolted to rib nuts in the? Yes, that's correct. And actually, there's a video coming on that when I put in my overheads, my overhead cabinets. I'll show you how I did that. I didn't show you in the original 8020s because I gotta spread that information out so we get more videos and I can bring more value to you guys, right? So, but yes, that's exactly what I did. Rib nuts, I put rib nuts in the ceiling before putting the wood up, and then I've left the holes open so that you can bolt it. Here, what the heck? Okay, I'm gonna leave my comment thing here so I can show you that real quick. Hold on. Because we're live and I'm a nice guy like that, we'll go into the cold and then into the van. It's actually quite warm in here, to tell you the truth. So, see these? Can you see these holes? Right there? Well, that's not easy to show you. So if you look up in there, there's rib nuts up inside there. And we have those along the roof all over the place. And they were in here as well where we put this stuff. And yeah, so it's bolted right to the ceiling of the van, right? So, I gotta go back to the garage so I can see if anybody asks a question. All right, we're back. Hopefully that answers your question, Casey. We found that our 230 amp hour 24 battery only lasts around 2 days. I guess it depends on what you're running off at, right? So 230 amp hours, you gotta have something that's running pretty high amperage, I'm thinking, right? So, especially at 24 volt. Well, Basta uses diesel for, yeah, that's Dave K. That's exactly what ours uses as well. Ours is, that unit underneath is an S-bar, which is a Webasto unit. And yeah, exactly the same. Uses diesel from the tank of the Sprinter. Romer feeds everything from her one tank. So, I found out some U-Haul locations have boat RV storage, about 105 per month. Yes, it's something I've looked at as well. I agree with you 100%. Yep. And I think I might do that for the first year of travel just to make sure that once I'm on the road, it is what I wanted to do, obviously. Now, how could you not want, I live in like one of the most beautiful areas of the world. I don't see a way that you could get sick of doing something like that. So, but, you know, you got to test it and go from there, right? So, Moss, may I buy a Dares Drives baseball cap? I have started making stuff like that. I do not have baseball hats yet. I got my shirt. Did you see that? We're calling it Dares Wears. What do you think of that? Dares Wears is kind of a cool name for a clothing line, right? But that's my goal for 10,000 subscribers. I'm not going to start pushing that to anybody. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers. That's my little thing, right? And so if you guys can help us get there, yes, I'll definitely have hats and shirts and all kinds of stuff ready. I do also have decals already. We spoke about that back in our Christmas video. But yeah, 100%. Not yet though, unfortunately. Sprinter Discovery Van Life. Love your channel, Jeff. The hours you spend on the videos are so worth it. I love the humor too. Perfect. Thank you very much. It feels great. You know, that's a tough one. Humor on YouTube's a tough one because you say stuff, you think it's funny, but then when you go through the editing process and you literally spend 3 hours, 4 hours staring at that one scene, you're going back and forth, cutting it together, trying to make it all flow properly. And once you hear yourself say something like that 10,000 times, it ain't so freaking funny anymore. And then you start wondering, well, should I keep that in there? Is that actually funny? But a buddy of mine actually came to me, he's like, Jeff, you just got to remember that we only see it once. You've seen it 10,000 times. Go. So that's a tough one to get over in the brain, let me tell you. But I appreciate it. Thank you for the input, Sprinter Discovery Van Life. Ryan, oh, and hey, you like the videos. I mean, you have the vlogger's touch. Yeah, you got the camera bit down, and well, personality, I think we're meant to have that mug in front of the camera. Not bad for an ugly mug, eh, Ryan? It's funny because my job, this is why I said what I said back when I was working and I needed to start YouTube, because my job is to put myself in front of people every single day. That's what I do. I'm in a sales role for an industrial sales. And you know, I don't think I've been successful based off of my knowledge of the product, although, you know, it's there. You know, I've been doing it for 25 years now. I better have some type of knowledge of it. But the reason why most people deal with me is because I'm Jeff Dares. That's exactly what they even say. They're like, dude, I deal with Jeff Dares. I don't deal with your company, right? And that's what kept pushing me to say, like, I need a YouTube channel. If I'm selling my own personality anyways this way, imagine what I could do if I was doing it for myself, which YouTube is. And I'm telling you, peeps, this has been the best thing in the world for my brain. It's just brought me, it's amazing what it's done for me here. It really is. It's opened my eyes to the things that I do that I didn't realize I did until you start editing yourself and listening to yourself talk all the time. And it's been a wake-up call and just absolutely amazing. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Ryan. Oh, team, I'm actually looking at the Victron Orion Smart Charger. I'm thinking about using 3 of them. 3 smart chargers? But I don't think my alternator can handle it. So I'm just trying to see how to add to my van's alternator. 3 Victron Smart Charger. You're throwing my brain for a loop here. Again, I haven't built mine yet, so you know, I'm still all in that planning stage, just like you coming to me about the Rixon sets before, the Rixon heater before I actually installed it. I wish I knew how to answer that question. 3, or why do you need 3 smart chargers? Please let me know. Are you happy with your sound deadening paint, or would you try the sound deadening paint? So I did that as extra barrier. It was right at the beginning of the van build. It was expensive. The insulation and the sound deadening paint was very expensive. You know, it was like almost $2,000 for that whole job to be done. So if you have the disposable income for it, yes, it adds value. It makes it feel just solid inside that van. But I would never tell you to say that that's a critical piece to do, because by the time you put the kill mat in and you put the thin slate in, it is still great. It's quiet, it's insulated. I just did it as an extra barrier because, well, if you're gonna live in a tin can, you might as well make sure you got everything you can. And again, I haven't actually been out using it yet, and I can't compare it without, because I never had the van without the stuff, right? So yeah, I'm happy I did it. I don't know if I could actually recommend it, unfortunately. I just want to be completely honest with you, right? It is expensive, so. Demi Long, sounds great. Thank you. Agree on your humor. You are doing great, Jeff. Awesome, thanks, Snarge. I see you've been commenting a lot lately. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Rose, you're a funny guy. Rose, you make me smile too. You come back with some pretty phenomenal comments sometimes, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Dave K, funniest guy in van life. Really now? Well, I'll there's a comedy guy out there on van life. You know, I don't know if you've seen him, but I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Emmanuel, hello from Germany. Good work. Nice van. Keep it up. See, guys? You guys did all these comments for us on these last videos, and we've gotten stuff from Ireland, we've gotten from UK, we've gotten from Australia. Like, that really does work. It pushes us out there. So thank you again, because I couldn't do this without you guys, you know? And the fact that you're finding entertainment and value out of what we're doing, that's all I could ask for. It really is all I could ask for. So thank you. Well, if only had Orion charger 12, 24, 15 amp, that would take 15 hours drive to charge the van. But with 3 at 45, it'll take about 5 hours charge. Yeah, but really, O-Team, you shouldn't. You got to remember that you have a bunch of solar panels on your roof. You're never gonna. You shouldn't be actually killing those batteries. There's no way. There's no. If you are, then there's something going on. Because really, if it's set up properly, 50% is probably the maximum you do in a 24-hour span, and then it'll start recharging itself, A, through driving, B, through solar, or maybe get yourself a generator that you could run, right? So, I don't know. I'm going to check out your posts, see what you got going on here once we're done with this. So, I've just never seen I've never heard of anybody in all my research of doing multiple chargers like that. So, if I can add 4, that would be perfect. Yeah, see, there you go. 30 amp, or in what Rudy just said. That's kind of where I was going instead of the 15 amp. So, yeah, check that out. Yeah, you could be right? Using hair dryers, that's gonna happen, right? Good thing with me, it's just Winston, and I'm the power user on that side, right? So, Oh. Sorry, that's my first coffee of the day still, guys. Between Winston trying to get him going, get those eardrops in him, get showered, and trying to figure out this live so I can get on. I literally got out here just in the nick of time and had to bring my coffee with me. Winston never even got out of bed, so I'm still kind of waking up here. So, hello, thanks for the helpful comment. Do you use Amazon for your parts? Can you post links to the parts you used? Be a big help if I could buy many of the connectors you used. Jeff, everything should be listed in my videos. If there's something missing, please go ahead and leave a comment on that specific video, and I will go back and check it. As you guys have noticed, I do try and get back to all of our comments. I think that's another thing that's missing on the van build community and the YouTube, because a lot of people don't seem to respond to comments on their videos. I am doing the best I can to allow that time to get these comments responded to. So you should be able to find it. Yes, the majority of my stuff was purchased through Amazon. Some of the stuff like plumbing and whatnot, I am going to the local hardware stores just because you're back and forth so often. Like, if you haven't started your van build, be prepared to live at the hardware store, I guess you could say. But yeah, majority of stuff is from Amazon. I do put the links there. Let me know if you have any problems with it. So that's true in summer, but winter, yes, you're very true. 100%. Yeah, and I guess you're from England there too, right? So you guys get a lot of rain, so it's kind of like Vancouver in our area. So yeah, I could see where you can have an issue. Maybe it's got to go more battery, right? And again, I'm going 400 amp hour total with my batteries, so. Got to go, Jeff. Time to work on the van. Keep up the good work. Check your email. Awesome, Jim. Thank you very much for your help. Have a good day. Enjoy your build. And thank you so much for coming by, Jim. It's always a pleasure, and thank you for your support for sure. So I did send you an email the other day as well. I've got the Victron Orion 1224 15 amp for charging my Goal Zero battery. Works great. You can actually parallel the Victron Orions depending on your alternator capacity. Look at that. There you go. O-Team, hopefully that helps you. Nice to share some moments with you guys. Have to go. Greetings from Catalonia. Awesome, Sergey. Thank you for coming in. I greatly appreciate it. Again, we're up to 42 right now. Far ahead of what I ever thought. And again, as I say every video, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have about 5 to 8 amp draw sometimes, but when I use the Dyson Hoover to clean up, it draws 45. Yeah, the vacuum will get you every time, right? No, Christina, thank you for watching and commenting. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it. O-Team, I looked into more battery, but I'm trying to see if having the one I have charged up, if that would be okay. Yep. So, anyways, is there anything else you guys want to see that maybe I missed or anything like that while we're typically live? Or And other than that, I'm gonna start preparing to get back out into Romer and put some more work in. I'm telling you, it gets a little tiring. I gotta say that out loud. And the fact that it is exhausting, and I guess the closer you get to finished, that always makes it harder too, because you just want it to be finished, of course. And yeah, anyways. And frick, I haven't seen an actual person, because we're still kind of lockdown-ish here. I haven't seen an actual person except for when I went to grocery shopping, right? But anyways, it's wearing on the old brain, let's put it that way. Are you watching the Super Bowl? Honestly, I don't have cable. I don't own cable. I haven't had cable in many, 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 many years. I watch YouTube and I watch Netflix. So the whole thing with all these sports teams striking for more money and all this years back really upset me, because they make millions anyways. So no, I'm probably not going to be watching the Super Bowl. Bucks or KC, exactly, right? So good question. I don't know. Who do you like? I'll cheer for that. Kathleen, what are you going to do about a bed? That is this big box right here. This thing goes from there all the way back to there. Yeah. That is a lift bed made by Happy Jack. So it comes out of like the toy hauler industry, and we're going to customize it to fit inside of our van. So we'll have a U-shaped dinette down below that you can sit in and hang out with the windows all around you. And then with a push a button, the bed comes down, we'll be able to get into bed and go to sleep. And then when we want to get up, we hit the button again, it goes up, and we sit in our, because I'm not the type of person that would set up and tear down a bed every night and every morning. I just wouldn't do it, it'd stay as a bed. So this was the best alternative. What mattress thing? Well, I'm looking at the purple mattresses. I think they're about 6 inches thick. Again, that's something I'm still debating, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. It'll be about 6 inches, I think. So. Yes, those are rockets. Yes, 100%. I love playing with rockets too. I got a couple that actually have cameras on them and stuff. That stuff we'll be talking about once we can hit the road. We'll be talking a lot more about that kind of stuff. So all my RC cars and all that, all that stuff has cameras mounted to it. Just wait till you see what we come up with. Even fishing with remote control boats, that's gonna be a fun part. Just gotta get our fishing license where we're at, and then we're gonna fish with a boat and see how that works. Remote control boat. So, keep up the good work. I really enjoy watching your videos. Can't wait to make the drawers. Yeah, I was hoping, O-Team, I was hoping that's what you guys be watching right now here today was us. I got a sweet way to do it. It makes it super easy. They call it the quarter method. And can't wait to share this one with you guys. I was really hoping today you'd be watching it. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to release it during the week if the parts get here. If not, it'll probably be next weekend, so. But that's why I want to do the live, at least so that we could say, at least we got together and got to do some socializing together, right? So, great to speak to you live, Jeff. Keep it up. Thank you, Paul. Awesome. It was great to see you as well. Dimity, gotta go. Great chat. You rock. I have a conference call in a few minutes. Awesome. Love you, Dimity. Thank you so much. Can't wait to go to Alaska and meet you and all that kind of good stuff. So. Have fun. You were saying you're out skiing as well, so have fun out there doing that. What kind of toilet will you install? Rudy, it's already installed. Go back. There's a video about it. We went with the Thetford cassette toilet. There's video all about it, the whole thing, everything like that. So, yes, the purple bed is a good choice. Oh, you have? Oh, that's good to hear, Ray. I've never met anybody that has the purple mattress. So you found it good. You found it comfortable. It looks like it can be cut as well. That's something I've been trying to figure out as well, but it does look like, because obviously I can't fit a full king size in there or queen size in there. It does need to be cut by a couple inches on the width. So I'm very interested. Just take a look at it. Does it look like it can be cut through? I'm pretty sure it can, but that's a debate I've been having here. So I was thinking if I had a bed on a lift with the couch underneath, the couch could also serve 100%. Yes, the couch will be able to fold into a bed, so the table would actually come down, and that would be the center part, and then just move your mattress, your cushions over top the table, and then you have, it's a van that can sleep 4 people very, very comfortably, 100%. So plus, actually 5. If you put somebody on the swivel seat up front, you could have a 5th person if you needed. So, could you let us know what you spent on the 20? How about we talk about that once it's done? Because I'm not done yet. I still got piles of it sitting down there on the floor. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I still got piles of it sitting on the floor. I just ordered some more here yesterday as well. So how about we talk about that once we're done? Okay. Right now we're a couple grand. So hopefully that answers. Simple. Yeah. Fold up bed? No, lift bed, Sam. So it's an actual lift, like what the car is sitting on right there. All right, a lift. That's what our bed will be like as well. And then of course underneath, yes, you could just slide out the cushions, and then you could fold out a bed for underneath for a spare bed, I guess you'd say. O-Team, gotta go, speak later. Awesome, O-Team, thank you very much. Thanks for joining. It's always a pleasure watching your journey on the way on Instagram there as well, so thank you. Is Romer a 170? It's a non-extended, it's just a 170. I did not want that extra 13 inches of overhang behind the tires. That causes some issues with departure angles. And once you see the type of camping I do, like with our dirt bike club and stuff, we're in the bush, like it's boondock, and true boondock. And especially if it rains or something, you need a 4x4. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it to get out there and back. And with that long overhang, I just, there's a couple camping spots that I already know that I like, that could have been an issue. Just the trailer hitch and all that stuff would have been dragging the ground. So I went, the 12 inches didn't bring me enough value inside, and it brought me more value not to have that. So. Yes, Romer, not Tomer. You're right. YouTube suggested I watch your channel, and I have been watching. Yes. I enjoy the thought that you put into your build by looking 2 or 3 steps ahead. Hey, I said in my last video, it literally is like a game of chess putting this thing together, because every process, every step you do gets counteracted by the next step you're doing. And if you're not thinking ahead, you also find, holy crap, well, I put that in, but now I can't reach the bolt to get this part in. Oh, what do I do? And they're pulling it all back apart. This is something I didn't see coming when I was planning this build, let me tell you. But yes, I'm glad it's bringing value in the way I'm trying to deliver it, because it's not easy trying to figure out, okay, how do I talk about this without looking like an absolute dummy, right? So. Is there a plan for A/C? No, I'm not having air conditioning in my unit. So there's air conditioning in the van itself at the front. So if it's really that hot, I guess I could go sit in the front seat and turn on air conditioning. But no, I have absolutely no plan. If it gets that hot, I'll be in the lake. Did the side screen install worked? No, it worked perfect. It was awesome. So it's custom fit. And now, like, here, let's see if I can, it's freaking cold out there, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I can't see any questions while I'm doing this, okay? But if we come over here to the side of the van, holy crap, is it ever cold. So we got lots of snow. So that's the screen there. Can you guys see? Sorry, it's really hard for me to tell. Okay, so there it is. And you just pull it across, and it closes, right? I love it. It's freaking awesome. And now you got a full screen, and the dog, so if the dog hits it, it pushes through, right? As opposed to ripping, it'll pull right out. So that way if the dog hits it with his nails or anything like that, see, and then it goes back in. I love it. The side screen door that's again, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Whew. Holy crap, it's cold out here though, guys. I'm gonna get back in the garage. Wowzers. So yeah, no, the side screen door works perfect. And I'm hoping I'm gonna do a similar thing with our back doors. Oh, my jeans are so cold. Oh, as soon as I sit down, it's like frozen. It is darn cold out there, man. And I'm a skier. I love this kind of stuff, but whew, no thanks. Oh, yes, Sam, lift. Yes, 100%. I can't wait to share that one with you guys, so. The video conversion bed system where a guy used some gas struts. Yeah, I've seen that done before as well. Gas struts, actuators, something I looked at. Again, if somebody already built it, by the time you did all that time and effort, there wasn't much difference in cost. So I went with tried, tested, and true, already done. I see these things in toy haulers all the time, so it only made sense to customize it for our van. So, yep. I think this lift is pretty slow as well. Like, you know, you can't have anything like that moving fast. It'd be a safety concern. But yeah, 100% actuators. I've seen on some of on the Facebook groups, a lot of people doing that nowadays. So, Ray Perez got to go. Thanks for the live stream. Awesome. No, thank you, Ray. Thanks for coming on. I thank you for your time. We've been going for what, just over an hour now. So thank you for your time and committing to us, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm kind of new here. What does Roamer stand for? Roamer stands for Jeff's Roaming Rig. Roamer, it's just, you know, like the Mars rover, you know, something like that, right? It was actually, so these decals are these things that I have here, right? So that's Roamer, right? And actually, so I've always collected all my badges. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess. But I've always, from all my old vehicles, I don't know, can you guys even see that? I used to collect all my old badges from all my old vehicles. Where are you? There you go. And, see? So actually, my buddy Kurt from some of my earlier videos, if you remember, Curtis was over helping me. And while I was getting some dinner ready, because I was feeding him for helping me, he started playing around with some of those old badges, and he's the one that wrote out Roamer, and they're from our Ram badges, our Ram 1500, and he made Roamer. And ever since then, it's stuck, and there's a video about that coming up too, where we name Roamer and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, it has no real meaning other than the fact that she's Roamer. No, Christina, thank you. I'm glad, hopefully that answered your question on the screen door. Doug, yes, I did. This is something we did discuss at the beginning of the live stream as well. I just didn't see the value in running that much glycol throughout the whole system for heated floors. And Curtis's, so Ryan Jarvis that was on here earlier, that is his actual uncle. Curtis is like a cousin of mine, not blood, but my mom was a babysitter when we were kids. And so Curtis and I knew each other before we actually knew each other. We were months old type idea. And we just kind of been buddies, cousins. We called each other the rest of our lives, right? So he is the shiznit. Hello, Darius. If you would attach again your solar panels, would you do it? No, I'm pretty happy with the way we did our solar panels. You know, I didn't have to worry about having a roof rack up there. There's no bolts through the roof of the van. And honestly, using that window weld product that we used, if it can hold windows on vertically, it can hold solar panels down horizontally, no problem at all. It's nice, it's clean, they're easily replaceable if ever needed be. And there's more than enough gap underneath there to create some airflow. So no, I'm 100% happy with what we did there. So again, once we're on the road, maybe we can talk more about it once we're actually using them. But for now, I'm pretty good. So, do you really need solar? Will you need a second alternator? I think solar is pretty important. It's one of those things where it's free energy. If you're gonna have your van sitting out there on the side of a beach or on top of a mountain, and if you're gonna have that kind of stuff going on, then why wouldn't you harness the power if you had the option? You know, you got roof space, so why not make it solar panels? You know, on the rest of the build, we have to carry the bikes. We're gonna have some more solar panels for that as well, just as a backup. So yeah, I strongly recommend having solar panels, no doubt about it. And for a second alternator, well, that's for, you know, if you're driving, again, just like the heat of our coolant system, while we're driving, it's generating heat. You might not need it, but you're already generating that heat anyway, so you might as well use it for something useful. And I can say the same about charging your batteries. You're already driving anyways, you're generating that extra power. Use it to charge. If you don't need it, whatever, but at least you got it, right? I don't know, does that make sense? I think it does. I think it's a no-brainer, right? What or who inspired you for your van layout? Honestly, I've had quite a few trailers. I've been a camper since as soon as I could drive. I was out tenting and camping and stuff like that as soon as I hit 16 years old, right? And I thought I had bought the trailer of my life, my dreams, had a dual slide on the side. There's videos on that trailer itself. And I ended up hating it. The build quality, the actual layout is a pain in the butt. The slides would click and clank and try not to work for you sometimes. And the real driver for me was to have something that I can take out whenever I want, wherever I want, that's simple. It's one unit. I can go from the bed to the driver's seat without getting out of the vehicle. Those were all huge parts of my decision-making process. And that's why I decided on van. And, you know, for the layout, you know, I knew I wanted a bathroom and a shower. I knew I needed a bed. I knew I didn't want to tear down my bed and lift up my bed every night. I knew I needed a fridge and battery power. And this is just kind of what it grew to, right? Just slowly but surely. So, Ryan, you are, yes, thank you, Ryan. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Arthur, you growing a beard. What do you think? I've never done it before in my life. My hair, oh my gosh. Look how long my hair is. It's scary. And I'm revolting, let's put it that way. So, let's see what happens. Rose, wood, what's that mean? I don't know what that means, Rose, sorry. I must have missed something along the way. I'm sure Heather, Curtis, and Wes would say the same. I agree with you 100%, Ryan. Yes, I love you guys so much. Mad Max, holy dude, what's up? What is up, Mad Max? How you doing, bud? Rose, would you consider a lazy boy chair for your hours of sitting and thinking? Well, that's why I got this zero gravity chair, right? So you sit there, and this is usually where I sit. Winston typically would be sitting right between my lap, right? On our chair while we're thinking. But Winston never got out of bed here. Well, he's probably, I bet you any money he says he's probably sitting at the side door now wondering where the heck I am. What do you guys think? Should we go get Winston or what? Should we go say hi to Winston? Sorry I'm late. Don't even worry about it, man. Thank you. Did you finish the van? Ha! Don't I wish, Mad Max. No, we've had a parts delay, and so it was going to delay me having a video today. So I thought, you know what? Let's invest an hour or two and have a little conversation with our peeps. And thank you. Thank you for joining in. We're up to 48 now. Like, whew. I was expecting a couple. I haven't seen all your videos, but this is the first time I saw your well, if you go back in my videos, I'm usually shaven and I got really short hair typically. But yeah, anyways, I'm letting it grow out because I can't go anywhere anyways, so why am I going to spend money on a haircut if nobody's seeing me anyways, right? So 49, yes, Rose, look at that, eh? Someday it would be so fun to see you on the road. Oh, I agree with that. I can't wait to start meeting people once we're on the road. Again, I'm so excited for this. I go and watch other YouTubers that are already out there traveling and stuff, and I just get lost because I can't finish this quick enough, yet in the same breath, I don't want to finish it too fast because I like to bring the value to people that are trying to build because I know what I went through during my research time. So I refuse to want to rush it, but I want to do nothing more but to rush it because I just want to get the heck out there. You know what I mean by that? So, have you driven the van in the snow yet? Last year I did a little bit. I used the 4x4 to back it in the snow, but not really, no. The van's got 500 kilometers on it. It's a 2019. It's literally still got 500 kilometers on it. I drove it home. So Edmonton is the city closest to me that I bought this from. It's about 360K away, type of kilometers away. And I drove it home from Edmonton, and then I parked it. So that's all it's done. It's had a pretty simple life so far. So can we see what you got so far? I was just in there. If you rewind to back, Mad Max, I can do that. It's freaking cold outside. Give me a few minutes. I'll probably go grab Winston, and then I'll show you inside the van again, okay? How did you decide to start your YouTube posting? Whew. I started way back, so 2 years ago. So I did a year of YouTube posting where I think I had like 30 subscribers, 40 subscribers after that year was done. And it was just because I think it'll bring value to our channel once we're out traveling and the van's been built and all that stuff, because people are going to be, where did you come from? Where'd you start from? So that's where I started. And it wasn't easy. I made videos for 6 months, 8 months that I'd never actually put out on YouTube because I was scared to. I was afraid people were going to laugh at me. I was afraid, they were going to think I looked funny, all that kind of stuff that every person has insecurities about, right? And so finally I put it out there. So we have a full year of where we were before the van build, what we were doing before I even owned the van, still dirt biking, still had my truck, all that kind of stuff. But I knew I had a goal. And yeah, that's kind of where it went. And then it moved into the van build and then hopefully into travel. So yes, Sam, I am in Canada. Canadian, eh? So, hi Jeff, thanks for all your hard work. I've learned a lot from your videos. Awesome, Rubens. Glad it's helping. That's what I'm hoping for here. You are from Canada. Always thought you were from the UK. No, I am Canadian through and through. I have an English accent. Do I? Really? Interesting. That is very interesting. No, I am definitely Canadian through and through. Born in Ontario, but grew up in Alberta. So Calgary, Alberta, where I am now. I decided for hydronic heating as well, and I bought the furnace separately and will buy the heat exchanger, etc. Yeah, that's definitely an option. It was nice to have the electronics and stuff from one unit that you knew everything would work together with. But yeah, I'm sure you could piece the parts together, no problem at all. I'd be interested to see what kind of money that saved you and how well it goes together. So please share your progress with me. Send me an email or comment along. Let me know how your progress goes on that. I'd be interested to see. By the way, I've recommended your video library to a few. Awesome, Mad Max. Thank you. Mad Max, that's hilarious because that's one of my passcodes right now with some numbers. But anyways, Mad Max 2021, right, peeps? Oh, it dropped you, sorry. What's going on here? Sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna grab Winston and see if he's awake. And then once we get Winston, oops, close that door so we don't freeze my garage out. Then I'll give you a quick tour of the van real quick. Whew, it's clear blue skies. Man, it's chilly willies. Let's see, is he here? Winnie! Winnie! Come on! Hi! Hi! Did you guys see him? Yep, see the hot tub's even buried in snow. I think it said minus 26 last time I looked. I have you guys on my phone, so I can't really look, right? You want to say hi? Hey? You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. How's your ear feel? Does your ear feel better, Neva? Okay, so the van doesn't change a lot since the last time you guys saw it. Tell you honest truth. Here. I got my door for our shower. It showed up. And then I started building our battery casing. Again, you can't really tell right now because a lot of stuff's pieced together in the garage. Because usually it gets pieced together out there and then comes into here. Also got this ready because this is going to be a drawer above our heater system. So in that way, because this will be the fridge up here, right? That'll be the fridge above the heater. Then this will be a drawer and then with the heater system. So the drawer is so that I can take the drawer out. If we ever had to maintain it, we can pull that drawer out and still be maintainable. Because once the fridge is up here, you need to have access to it. And we're doing that through having a drawer type idea. But yeah, that's kind of where she's at. Again, anything I was building, like the water tanks and stuff, all came into the garage because it's really cold outside. I don't want to freeze anything. So come on, bud. There we go. Yes. Hey, yes. Hey, Mr. Happies. Hey. All right. Get back in the garage and see what the comments are. Whoa, bud, that's cold. I have a doubt how to fix the plywood panels on 8020. without having to finish the sides, thickness plywood. How do you intend to do that? Sorry, Joy, I'm not sure if I'm catching that. Hold on, Lil. I'm starting a transformation from a 2011 Sprinter. I have a doubt how to fix the plywood panels to the 80/20. You just screw it together, right? I put rib nuts in behind for like the roof stuff, but then you can just screw it right to the plywood panels. The plywood's more than strong enough to support it. If I understood you properly. Harry, sunny but cool. Yes, 100%, right? Mad Max, are you all right? What do you mean? I love Webasto Thermotop V. Yep. Gasoline works too. Yeah, nice work, Machiavelli. Arthur, feels like minus 31. Yeah, it's freaking cold, eh? Yeah, you're in Calgary as well, too, Arthur. It is freaking cold, 100%. Winston is a fun guy. Yes, that is one way to word that, 100%. Eh? I'm sure you guys can hear him snarfling down below now, right? Now that he's in the garage. Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah. The camera went flying. Good thing it's the company. I mean, I don't know if the boss. It's the company's cell phone, so. I bought this back. S3 gasoline. Yep, perfect. S3 with gasoline, eh? It's a little more expensive, I think, for the gas unit, right? If I wasn't mistaken. 2020 and now into 2021 has been one big delay on this and a delay on that. I'm thinking someone is messing with our economy, but that's just me thinking aloud. Yeah, I could go into this whole freaking thing about what's going on in our world today, but we're gonna stay away from that on the YouTube channel because it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. I feel with this one, it's just division no matter what, and no matter what side of the fence you're on, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But again, I called this before it all happened. I said something was coming. So, but your van is diesel, right? Yes, Mad Max. I do have the diesel 2500, 100%. Yes. Since you added the van heat exchanger, is the water loop always heating even when your furnace isn't on? If the van is running, it'll be heating that heat exchanger down below. But you would have to turn the pump on to the heater to circulate the house glycol loop to heat that up. So yeah, the heat exchanger is always going to get hot no matter what. It's always going to run through there. And hopefully, does that make sense? Right? Because they are two separate glycol loops, the engine and the Rickson setup. Right? Please report to HR on Monday morning to discuss. Well, I was actually thinking about reaching out to HR and saying, I think I need a new phone. Thanks, Sam. I didn't explain the doubt well. How will you attach the walls to the non-80/20 cabinets? Without having to finish the thickness of the plywood. Wow, sorry, why am I having a hard time understanding this? I didn't explain the doubt well. How will you attach the walls to the non-80/20 cabinets? Good question. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm kind of lost on that one. I guess wait, it's coming. I'll show you. Are you going to build your own cabinets too? Yes, correct, 100%. The only thing I'm probably not going to is I have a friend that works for a mill shop. So some of the facing, I want to use like high pressure laminate furniture board. And that stuff, when you cut it, if you do it DIY style, you have to use like that rubber insert on your cut edges so you don't see the cut edge. With him, if he does a CNC cut for me, he can actually wrap the edges so it's a nice clean, you can't even tell it's been cut. It looks like it was made that way. And because he owns the shop, again, I'm going to show you more about that, how it's done. And honestly, it's probably just as cost effective as trying to do it yourself, because To pay for CNC time, it's a couple $100, and he does all the cuts for you right then and there. Nice, simple, quick, right? So again, we'll talk about that more and show you. But yeah, that's kind of where we're going with that. So. Artie, would be cheaper to build a camper. If you tried to build the van, or if you tried to buy the van I'm building from a dealer, you'd be double the price what we're paying for it. These Sprinter vans are not cheap. Look them up. They're like, you know, a fully loaded Sprinter van with everything, shower, bathroom, blah, blah, blah. You're looking at 200 grand. And we're nowhere close to spending that. Plus, you know, like an RV shop, I've discussed this at the beginning, you go buy a trailer or a freaking RV from these dealerships, and they're absolute pieces of crap. They build them as light as possible, as cheap as possible, and they're not made for full-time living. They're made for a guy that goes out 3 or 4 times a year to go do a camping trip, and they still freaking fall apart, right? So, I already know, sorry, I don't agree with that. Not with what we're building. We're saving a ton of money by doing this ourselves. So again, if once this van's done, if you paid somebody to do this for you, I bet you're well over the 200K mark for a van like this. So, do you already have an idea? Yes, kind of. Yep. So as you see, I already got the floors in, stuff like that. I do have the ceiling stuff picked. I'm still debating through a few cabinet colors. I got a couple more samples coming to me here. I should have them Monday or Tuesday. Once I have those samples, I can make the call, and then we can start doing that. And we're gonna have one wall up and faced, and get that fridge installed. It's gonna be pretty exciting. It's all coming here pretty quick, peeps. So. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. So it was the rubber side, and I see what you're saying now. Okay. Perfect. So there will be 1 or 2 edges that will be like that, but for the most part, I want to have it wrapped. So when you use hot water for the shower, the house loop is energized. Is hot water also going through the air heat coil? Doesn't that heat even the fan of that? No. Very, very minimal. Very, very minimal. Not something we should be concerned about. That's for sure. That was to Joe Takayama about does the heat go through the air heat coil, and would that be heat to be concerned about? No, not at all. No, you could always put a valve in that bypass that if you wanted to, but I don't think there's a need for it. What is your current expense so far? Honestly, I haven't put it together. I'm hoping to do this all for 100K or less is what I'm kind of hoping for, and that's with the purchase of the van. So again, I was it started off to do. I wanted to do it for around 80. Now we're at 100. So yes, Robert, you're 100% correct. Artie, go look at Robert Hines' comment. You are 100% correct. No doubt about it. Yep. You did a van builder with the amount of time and stuff this takes. And again, you don't have the control over how it's built. So certain things you just got to deal with when you have somebody else do the work for you, right? Where now it's my call. I get to call what it is and how it's going to look, right? So I'm planning to use some manifolds and valves to close up. Yeah, 100%. Definitely that's an idea as well, right? So looking forward to your travels in the summer when you'll be wearing There's my Rose. How are ya? Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody wants to see it either, Rose. Come on. Yes, the cooker will be induction, as well as I do have a propane stove and barbecue for outdoor cooking. And again, we'll go into more of that and how we're going to transport that around and stuff as well. So, but yes, for indoor cooking, for inner urban camping, we will definitely be using an induction stove. Yes, 300K. If it should have the same build quality. Yeah, 100%. Mad Max, less than 100K. That's amazing. That's the goal. Will we achieve it? Only you and I will know when the van's done, right? So, okay, buddy, come here. Come on. Come here. Oh, yes. Say hi. Say hi, Winnie. Say hi, buddies. Hey? Yeah. Oh, yes, you're such a good boy. Obviously, as you can tell, Winston's ear is feeling better. He's 100% here today, so that's good news. Machiavelli, you can use a heater core valve off an Audi there, $15 on eBay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 100%, right? That'll work too. So, but we're up to 46. We actually hit 50, I saw there for a little bit, so that's pretty amazing. But I think, people, we've been going for what, an hour and a bit now? So I think this is where I am going to have to call it. I've had a blast with you guys. This is my first ever live stream, so it was nerve-wracking for me to get up and get going and get this all set up. Hopefully it was going to work properly, so on and so forth. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for all your support. It is so much appreciated. It is something that I was concerned about. I was wondering if anybody even want to see an ugly mug like this on camera. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's give a couple more questions and then I'm going to sign out here, okay? Would you consider building? No, I'm sorry. I do have to answer that question because that was something I thought about before this all started. And I thought maybe this is a new business opportunity where I could become a van builder. I'm going to be honest with you. This van building thing feels way too much like work. And I don't think, I don't know. Again, never say never, of course, right? But I don't see myself becoming a van builder. No, I want video and I want travel. That's what I want to do. Maybe once I'm up and going, I can go around and I can help people with their builds. Maybe give ideas, incentives, do conferences, stuff like this. But I don't see myself as being an actual van builder, per se. You know what I mean? So, and estimated time for contribute. Hey, Rob made it on. Look at that. Hey, Rob. Hey, well then, how are ya? And again, hopefully spring 2021, maybe summer 2021. That's about it. So, but thank you, everybody. I am going to head her out now. So thank you, thank you, thank you again. I couldn't ask for a better community that we had than what we're creating here on Dares Drive. So thank you. I look forward to it. I'm going to get the next video up as soon as possible. And yeah, as always, we will see you on the next video. Okay, I don't know how to stop this thing though. I guess you guys get a couple more seconds of me because I can't stop it. There we go. End. Yep.